We're going to show you the Payables agent. Now this agent is generally available now in Business Central, and it's here. What we'll do is we'll trigger it first by sending an email. It has a dedicated email address. You can internally send invoices for it to process by your payables department, or have maybe specific vendors have access to this email to send it directly, or a combination of the two. You decide. This is a yearly invoice. We're going to hit send. We're going to send it without a subject. We don't need a subject. If I hover over the agent, it's showing you here the KPIs that are generated as a result of using this agent. I've just turned it on for a little while, but already it's created several invoices and saved me time by processing those invoices for me with a human in the loop, and I'll show that in a second. Let's take a look at the framework to begin with. When I go into all the agents that I have set up in the system right now, here's the payables agent, and this is important. It's set up really the same as any user is set up in the system, with a dedicated profile, or UI, that it has access to, and specific permissions for it to do its work. And then finally, the user access. In my case, it's just one, but you can have numerous of your resources access to this for support. Maybe pick one or two that can actually configure the system. Okay, let's take a look at a couple that have been processed while we're waiting for that email to go through. If I show you this one here, the example here is the agent was tasked with processing this invoice. And SGH and PGH001, these are actually the vendor's item numbers. But of course, in the system, you can cross-reference those. And that's exactly what the agent did. So this is the invoice that it's proposing to draft, and it did. If I click on the info suggestion here, it's saying that it found an item reference for this vendor. And if I click on this, it'll actually show the level of detail there as well. So I'm validating. It did a good job there. And if I just hover across, certainly the quantities match as well as the pricing. So that's a great example of items that maybe are being referred to by the vendor with their own item numbers. Okay, let's take a look and see. I can see here that one is looking for my attention to validate, and that's the one that we just sent through. And you can see this human in the loop pane here on the right. So it's saying this is time to review this one. When I click on it, it goes through the different steps and tasks that it's doing, but I want to review this quickly. And in this example, do you remember it was a yearly license, quantity of 6? This is the proposal that the agent is making. And again, with this info suggestion here, it's suggesting this GL account to post against. So if I click on this, sure enough, license fees, royalties, this is a proper GL account. If it wasn't, and I made corrections here, finalize this draft, the agent will remember that and utilize that GL account the next time. Essentially what we do here is, if we're happy with this, let's take a quick look. The quantities, the amounts, the vendor, everything looks good. When we click continue, it's going to go ahead and process that for someone to look at and actually post against that. So what I've shown you here are the ability to ingest and validate invoices, even classify the lines to prepare them for posting. And that reduces AP process time significantly, maybe cost per invoice as well, allowing you to scale without actually increasing headcount.